rescued by the ship of the former South Vietnam Navy or by those of the U.S. 7th Fleet, the majority of them would have found their ultimate destiny at the bottom of the Pacific Ocean and would never have the opportunity to come to USA or other countries of the free world. Dear Mayor, City Council, and ladies and gentlemen, 48 years of our lives slipped through. However, from the bottom of all Vietnamese refugee heart, we are always thankful to the U.S. 7th Fleet special frigate named USS Kirk, whose crew members have shown their great heart and have extended their helping hand to all refugees during that time. Today, I would like to express my deepest gratitude toward to the U.S. 7th Fleet USS Kirk crew, especially the ship captain Paul Jacob, the officer and sailor who have been present during the great evacuation of April 1975. Thank you for the generosity, the compassion, and the kindness they have extended toward us from that fateful day until now. From the humanitarian point of view, U.S. 7th Fleet USS Kirk, they are the life-saving voice and the hero for the Vietnamese refugee. They have the right to be proud of their good deeds, and we are forever indebted to them. Now, Captain Paul Jacob already passed away in 2021. We should not forget his big contribution during the frequent wind operation, April 1975, to rescue more than 32,000 Vietnamese refugees, and so Captain Paul Jacob deserves a memorial plaque placed at the Vietnam War Memorial in Westminster City. Thank you, Mayor, City Council. Thank you, people of this wonderful country. May God protect all of you and your family. God bless America. Thank you.
The next speaker is Jackie Wright, followed by Twan.
Mr. Mayor and distinguished City Council members, my name is Jackie Bong Wright, and I'm the president of the Vietnamese American Voters Association, as well as a board member of the Vietnam Human Rights Network. I would like to second my husband, Leslie Wright, who proposed to have a plaque installed in the wall of the Memorial, Vietnam Memorial. You may know that Captain Jacobs was a hero and savior for a lot of us Vietnamese. He had saved over 30,000, while my husband, who was at the U.S. Embassy at the last month of April, had saved only a few thousand. So compared to Colonel Jacobs, Captain Jacobs, who was a hero, and I would like to ask you, please, members of the council, to help agree to install a plaque in his honor. I had the privilege of working with Captain Jacobs in Virginia after he retired. As a member of the Vietnamese Community Association, I organized a lot of events to award Captain Jacobs. And as a member of the U.S. Army volunteer, I march with him every year on the 4th of July parade in Washington, D.C. And as a member of the Vietnam Human Rights Network, I asked Captain Jacobs and a lot of our community organizations to help promote human rights for Vietnam. And I would like to thank all of you council members to please help display a plaque in honor of Captain Jacobs. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Paul Brook. I help you go to the side, and I'm looking for your name department. First, let me tell you the story of the city of Freedom. On the 9th of January 2nd, 1987, without the 48 small boat, 40 meters long and over 5 meters width. So the situation was very chaos. People fighting for every spot on the boat. Luckily, we are in the water on the boat, but then there was many cans of water coming down. So we had to go to the ocean to fill up water for us. After the second day, we had to go to National Sea. We run out of water and gas. So we tried to intercept, asking for water and gas to stop. No one helped us. So many people fainted, crying, and a lot just praying Jesus. Lúc này the Buddha and Jesus came out right. On the third day, about midnight, I saw a big towboat towing a big damaged boat going from south to north. The name of the boat is Panama Holiday. I shouted, come there, get it. Asking for gas and translated water. So we got to the boat and we shouted, please give us some water and some gasoline. We escaped from Vietnam. We run out of water and gasoline. Then the captain looked down at us. Then dropped a hose, gave us some water, and then the other hose, some gas for us. So luckily we have some more water and then about an hour after that we get into the big storm. Totally the sky gets up. The wind blowing, the high wave rising up, the ocean playing a game with us, push it out, and a lot of people crying again. And the ocean keep playing a game with us, cracking sound from the boat. We crying, and then luckily about an hour over, the storm over. So we keep going on. After 8 days, we get to Indonesia. We're lucky, but not a lot of people get lucky. If there is no rescue, like the captain of that boat, then more people die. And among the best ones, they all checked up at the boat. So please have that on the hill and feel very good.
The next speaker is Lee Nguyen, followed by Victoria Chen.
Good evening, everyone. Vì hôm trước một tháng tôi có đây thì hôm nay tôi nói về chuyện đó. Quý vị đã phản bội chúng tôi nên mọi người mới bày tỏ thái độ vô cùng bất mãn. Chúng tôi là những người lớn khôn và có đủ thông minh để biết được, và quý vị đã đâm sâu chúng tôi. Tại sao không dám chịu thẳng mặt những người dân biểu tình mà lại kêu réo tên một vài người trong cộng ra mình chửi họ? Bộ chúng tôi là con nít tại sao mà phải có người xuống dùng tôi biết là quý vị là cái hạng phạm phúc.
You guys betrayed your constituents. That's why they've shown their anger. They're maturing enough to realize that you stabbed them down. Why didn't you, your comrades, have the courage to accuse the protesters of organizing the protest themselves? Instead, they only yelled about some prominent names in our community. We're not kids to be reminded that you guys betrayed us.
Khi mọi người đến để biểu tình phản đối quý vị, thì quý vị mướn khoảng 10 người già cả từ những vị dưỡng lão để tới la hét chống lại những người biểu tình. Điều này gọi là lợi dụng và bạc đãi những người già yếu. Có vài người trẻ hơn thì vì mặt ai cũng biết là họ mới được đảng và nhà nước Việt Cộng gọi qua để tiếp tay với quý vị nhuộm đỏ cái thủ đô tị nạn.
There were a dozen of your comrades that showed up by yelling, screaming against the protesters. It's obvious that most of these are seniors from some senior nursing home. We consider that elderly abuse, don't you? There were a few younger ones. The people call them newcomers, probably the communist government in Vietnam sent them here to assist you guys in speeding up the process of transforming those like others.
Chúng tôi sống ở đây hơn 40 năm trước khi có cái thủ đô tị nạn. Chúng tôi đều biết được là từ năm 1995, chính phủ Mỹ dưới thời Tổng thống Clinton đã bãi bỏ lệnh cấm vận và nối lại bang giao với nước Cộng hòa xã hội chủ nghĩa Việt Nam. Trong thời gian đó, những đồng chí của quý vị vẫn còn phục vụ cho Đảng và Nhà nước Việt Cộng. Bây giờ quý vị mướn những đồng chí từ trong hang Bắc Phó sang đây để dạy dỗ chúng tôi hả? Những người đó quá ngu xuẩn, họ nói là chính phủ Mỹ đã chào đón những doanh nghiệp trên thế giới đến đây làm ăn thì không có lý do gì mà chúng tôi phản đối.
We've been living here for over 40 years before there was even Little Saigon. We all know that in 1995, under Clinton's presidency, the U.S. lifted the embargo against Vietnam and established normal relations between the two countries. By that time, your comrades were still serving in the Communist Party. Now you hire them to come to educate us about what has happened in the U.S. Those comrades of yours were very dumb and retarded when saying the U.S. had already established trade in Vietnam. Therefore, no reason for your constituents against that.
Đồng chí của quý vị quá ngây ngô khi mở miệng nói điều này. Người dân phẫn uất vì quý vị đã vỗ ngực tự nhận mình là con cháu của Việt Nam Cộng Hòa để xin xỏ lá phiếu của chúng tôi. Bây giờ trở mặt ngồi ăn nhậu với Việt Cộng. Đó mới chính là điều mà mọi người căm phẫn. Quý vị có giỏi sao không vỗ ngực nói là bây giờ đã được Việt Cộng trả tiền cho nhiều lắm rồi nên không cần chống cộng nữa, không còn là hậu duệ của Việt Nam Cộng Hòa nữa, không cần phiếu của người tị nạn cộng sản nữa. Tại sao quý vị hèn quá vậy? Chỉ biết ngậm cái họng lại rồi mướn, tụi lâu la tới thì bưng bôn cho mình thôi. Cha mẹ quý vị có dạy cho biết chữ nhục nghĩa là gì không?
It's very stupid for your comrades to say such a nonsense thing. Bear in mind that the reason your constituents have been extremely furious is because you claim that you're the descendants of South Vietnam troops. You claim that you were always there to protect South Vietnam legacy against anything related to the communists, just to beg for our votes. Now you've ignored your promises and welcome communists into our community. That's the essential cause to irritate all the Vietnamese immigrants. Why don't you have the courage to say that you've already got paid plenty so you don't have to be against communists anymore? You no longer need to be the descendants of the South Vietnam troops. You don't need our votes and support anymore. Why have you kept your mouths shut that hired people to come to kiss you? Why are you so unhated? Did your parents ever teach you about humiliation? Thank you.
Next speaker is Victoria Cooper King, followed by
I want to talk. I feel Janet had me now. I talk Vietnamese English by myself. I want to talk. Thank you. Hội đồng thành phố, City Hall, and I want to talk. I love police, Westminster, and I love people come here talk together protect Westminster, America first. I don't want talk. I want thank you to woman talk to before bigger. Talk to bigger. I talk English not good, but I want Nam Quan. Don't talk talk what after she talk. If you the counselor, you must polite. Okay. I want talk to August, April 4, I send letter to Washington City Hall and police. I sue $1 million Major China and police destroy U.S. Constitution. I don't want. I come here. I register. I want talk to speaker. I want City Hall and police together with the people together protect Westminster. First, I just want now communist terrorist David Baba come here. Invite City Hall, Westminster, invite together communist terrorists of Vietnam come here, come to United States, connect to communist, destroy America first. I don't want, because I am a lawyer, refugee, I understand communist terrorists in Vietnam and communist Vietnam in there want destroy our country. Look like sleeping Joe Biden for elect because United States U.S. Constitution want protect by we the people cannot. I hope Manchi listen to from we the people. Thank you. I love police.
Please, your time is over. Next, please.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. First up, I'd like to address you, Amy. During those proclamations, you made it all about yourself and you censored yourself. And in the words of Kendrick Lamar, sometimes it's best to sit down and be humble. So today is April 26th. The state of California and 19 other states recognize this day as Denim Day. So it's only fitting that we would have a proposed proclamation on our agenda tonight recognizing April as Sexual Assault Awareness Month. While I wish we had done this last month so that victims felt supported during this month of April, better late than never, I guess. That said, I would like to point out a few flaws in the data and statistics used in the proclamation. In the fourth whereas line, the city has listed that 1 in 6 women have been victims of attempted or completed rape. That statistic comes from a study conducted by the National Institute of Justice and Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, Prevalence, Incidence, and Consequences of Violence Against Women, survey from 1998, the year I graduated high school. That's 25 years ago. In fact, the CDC has updated numbers that show the number is now 1 in 4 women. In fact, over 50% of women in this country have experienced sexual violence that involves some sort of touching. That's 1 in 2 women. So if we're gonna approve this proclamation, let's make sure it's accurate and not add insult to injury for the victims and survivors like myself that it's supposed to acknowledge. Additionally, my personal belief is that the last line where it states, and hopes that each day of the month and year is an opportunity to create positive change, which is odd when you're talking about sexual assault, should read more along the lines of, effect proactive societal changes, attitudes, and behaviors to further prevent sexual violence in our community and beyond. I would also ask that the city's effort to educate the community about prevention and safety do not merely focus on what women can do to stay safe. That type of approach often leaves victims feeling like they are to blame, and I'm here to tell you, we are not. There is nothing I could have done differently to stop my attacker. Women already do it all. We don't wear both headphones at the same time while walking in the early morning or late at night. We walk in groups, we carry our keys between our fingers, carry pepper spray, take self-defense courses, and the list goes on and on. And yet still, 1 in 2 women will experience some form of sexual violence. To keep it very real, every woman in my life that I know has experienced some sort of sexual harassment or violence or assault. Yet, when I ask my male friends, they don't know anyone who commits these inappropriate acts. But they do know someone who's, jokingly out of line. Let's be real. These crimes are committed by elves or ghosts. Studies show that the perpetrators of sexual violence are men between 90 to 99% of the time. Let's put the responsibility on those who commit the crime. As a community, it's time we focus on consent, education, and also hear your new stats so you can update it, not insult those.
Next speaker is Tony Lee, followed by, Westminster Washington.
Good evening, Mayor, Charlie, Vice Mayor, Young Parliament, Council Member Amy Frank West, Council Member Chuck Mantle, and Council Member Kimberly Hall. I came here as a Westminster resident concerned about the growth and the stability of our city. Because without stability, our country, our city cannot grow and cannot make good place for all people of Westminster to live in, especially the business owner. A lot of complaining from business owner that our city was not, especially the city council, was not concentrate on helping the growth of the city, but enticing the instability. Last week, I saw Mrs. Kimberly Hall. She, on media, she tells people, Vietnam residents, come here to have a meeting against Vietnamese. That is unethical. I think, Mr. Kimberly Hall, you should stop it, and then you should concentrate on what you have been promising for our city. You said that you will bring business from Disneyland. I didn't see anything at all for the past 8 years. You said that you will have ADU programs. Nothing happened. So now I show the picture of a lot of homeless people already in our city here. Everywhere around. You and all of you have to concentrate on solving the problem. And now I also see the picture of the people here. That
I am not elected mayor of the city of Westminster 2020, next November 8th, 2022. I will remove myself from the city council.
yes, you are the root of the problems of our city. You rather remove yourself from the city of Westminster. Otherwise, people will not vote for you. And if you want to run for another position, nobody will vote for you, I bet. Be careful with your words. Whenever you are on social media, you have to respect this city, the people of Westminster, for the growth of our city. You should stop lying and making fake news around in our city of Westminster. Thank you very much for your concern. Thank you.
I'd like to remind you that I did read the decorum of the meeting, so I would like for you to comply with that. If not, then if you start violating it, I will start giving an official warning. So this is something to remind you, and I hope that you take it seriously. Because for the benefit of everyone here, we are conducting the city business. Thank you very much. Now we can start.
Good evening. Happy belated birthday, Christine, our very own woman of distinction. And to our beloved Vietnamese refugee community, I join you in solemnly commemorating the Black April. The last council meeting was one of the worst ever due to this council's behavior. Shape up or ship out. It is very disappointing to have the 3 strategic planning items be put off again for the 3rd time. Strategic planning is what is going to move this city forward, not this other stuff. Item 5.4, I contacted Supervisor Anderdo's office and was told there is no county or district program available to fund this request. Vice Mayor Nguyen, do you know something they don't? Did Anderdo or Van Camp tell you they would do this? Is that why it's pulled? Item 5.5, Vice Mayor Nguyen, are you referring to trash dumpsters or trash cans? The words bin and receptacle are both used. The city with MCSD already have codes that cover commercial dumpsters and keeping the areas clean around them for general unkept properties. The better way to get more trees planted in our city is to adopt an urban forest management plan, create an adopted tree program, and or partner with a nonprofit like Arbor Day Foundation like other cities do. The city already had landscaping requirements for new developments, but government cannot dictate what someone does to their private property. That's government overreach, and Amquan is a big fan of that. Item 5.6, my foundation suggestions: 1, it be general purpose; 2, no council members on the board, nor should council appoint all members. 3, Westminster Community Foundation, drop the from the name. 4, Roxanne Chow and Terry Nguyen have solid proven experience with nonprofit foundations and would be excellent founding members. Item 6.1, oppose AB 93, but strike the first line of the resolution, quote, whereas Councilman Amy Van West has recommended the City Council to consider the adoption of a resolution opposing AB 93. This clause is highly irregular. Amy, stop castrating Mayor Nguyen. Go to your place, woman. Item 6.3. I hope you all read the full staff report and understand just how little leeway this city has in regulating sidewalk vendors now. Item 7.1, yes, option 4 should be considered for Captain Jacobs plaque at Sid Goldstein Freedom Park, but the applicant must reduce the size or ensure that it fully fits within the seams of the structure. Amy, your religious sermon at the last meeting was a violation of the Brown Act that the mayor and the city attorney should have stopped. When you pull an item from the consent calendar, only that item can be discussed per state law. FYI, the city cannot issue religious proclamations. Amy, why did you abstain from voting on a consent calendar on March 22nd? Amy, get off your damn cell phone and focus. Now, go look up the slang acronym for FOCUS. It's my personal message to you. Thank you.
Be humble.
The next and then Kibu, followed by Tina Talker.
Tôi đây là Kim Hà Thị Vũ, tôi ở thành phố Westminster. Hôm nay tôi đầu tiên là tôi xin chào thị trưởng, phó thị trưởng và nghị viên, rồi luật sư, cảnh sát và mọi người đây.
First, I'd like to say greeting to the mayor, all the council members, the chief, the staff, city manager, and all present here.
Tôi vẫn duy trì là những điều tốt ta nên nói và những điều chưa tốt ta nên xây dựng và góp ý.
She maintained that she would only say constructive things and refrain from saying things that hurt others.
Cái điều tốt đó mà tôi quên chưa nhắc là thành phố ta đã khai trương cách đây cũng mấy tháng Bolsaro, đó là điều điểm son cho thành phố của Westminster mình. Rồi
the positive thing that she want to mention is you guys have opened the grand opening of the Bolsaro Road in Bolsaro Avenue.
Rồi tôi nghe đây mai đây ở Westminster Mall sẽ sửa, tôi cũng mong là như vậy.
And she heard that you guys are fixing and have a new plan for Westminster Mall, and she's very happy to hear that.
Mỗi một kỳ tôi đi họp á, thì tôi thấy không ai đề xướng lên là ô cái thành phố này nó làm cái này, sửa đường không biết nói, ô thành phố làm này, toàn làm những cái chuyện ngoài cái thành phố này. Tôi chỉ muốn là quý vị, tôi và những người dân ở Westminster bầu cho quý vị hứa cái gì quý vị làm đúng và bước vào đây chỉ để làm việc cho thành phố. Và
she said every city meeting that she attended, she only heard you guys discussing, arguing issues that not related to the city's business, and she'd like you guys to focus on city's business.
Đó là những điều mà tôi muốn, và
that's what she wants.
Và một cái điều tốt nữa là mới chuyện xảy tối hôm qua, ta là 9:30, tôi tập thể dục ở kia,
And another thing that just happened last night at 9:30 p.m. She was.
Tôi không có dám gọi cảnh sát.
She didn't dare. She didn't know how to call the police.
Tôi không dám gọi 911.
She didn't dare to call 911.
Tôi đến là cái cổng mà cảnh sát hay đi về, đứng ở đó.
She came to the police station in front of the police station and waited there.
Rồi, tôi gặp một người phụ nữ, người Mỹ, thực tế đó, đứng đợi với tôi.
She met a Caucasian woman who waited with her.
Rồi gặp anh cảnh sát.
And saw a police officer.
Anh cảnh sát đó nói tôi đưa phone cho anh cảnh sát gọi 911.
And the police officer asked her to give him her phone, and he called 911.
Rồi nói tôi chờ, thì lúc đó có cả người Việt thông dịch.
And she waited with a Vietnamese translator.
Rồi, tôi được anh cảnh sát đó giảng tôi rất là hiểu và an tâm, và anh cảnh sát đó.
She said the police officer was very nice to her. He explained to her, and she understood him thoroughly.
Anh còn nói là hết có chuyện gì gọi 911, đừng sợ.
And he advised her, if anything happens, just call 911. Do not afraid.
Và một điều tôi mừng nữa là anh cảnh sát đó biết nói tiếng Việt.
And she said that the police officer also can speak Vietnamese.
Tại tôi nói cảm ơn, thì anh đó nói là không có chi.
He said thank you in Vietnamese, and he replied in Vietnamese, no problem.
Anh còn nói tôi là muốn có đưa về không? Dạ không, tôi là người đây. Cảm ơn anh.
He offered to take her home, and she said she lives nearby, so she declined.
Đó là một điều tốt. Lúc nào tôi cũng nói là cảm ơn cảnh sát, không phải là cảnh sát Westminster mà cảnh sát toàn quốc của mình.
She said that's the good thing, and she's always appreciate of our police force, not just in Westminster, but police officer as a whole.
Rồi, thành phố của tôi thấy sau 3 tháng mà thị trưởng lên, tôi thấy sửa đường ở đường Durand rất là sạch sẽ, tôi lái xe rất là êm ả, và hôm nay ở chỗ tôi nó bớt rồi, không còn nhiều như hồi xưa nữa.
She said she saw that the potholes condition of the street along Magnolia is improving, and also the condition, the situation of homeless people also seems improving to her.
Rồi còn nhiều lắm điều tốt, thì tôi nói điều chưa tốt.
That's the plus. Now she's gonna address the negative.
Điều chưa tốt ở đây tôi thấy thành phố mình dễ quá. 5 phút, bây giờ chỉ còn 3 phút vẫn chưa đủ. Mà khi lên phát biểu, những người ở trên này là những người có trình độ và
She wants you to increase the time limit to 5 minutes, back to 5 minutes.
Và tôi xin lỗi một câu nói, nếu cuối năm 2022.
The next speaker is Tina Tapia, followed by Paul Kwong.
Welcome. I'm Native American from Puniak, Southwest World, San Diego. Valley View Casino, you guys have heard of it. I don't know what to say because I wasn't planning to be here, but you all need to be investigated by the FBI. I'm also a victim of sexual and verbal abuse in Westminster School District, in and outside. I don't know what to say other than I'm fighting for my birthrights. This is my family. This is all I have. I don't know anybody else. I have no support, no nothing. There's no support for child abuse or sexual abuse victims. I've been trying to get help for 2.5 years now. There's nothing. The whole United States of America, I'm not proud to be an American. So after this, I will go to Mexico, and I'm hoping to get help from it. I don't know what else to say, other than this is for the kids around the world. And that is for Robin Williams, Patch Adams, if you guys don't know.
I believe that we just recognize the resource center, Mr. Resource Center. So if you can please contact staff and then we can see if we can help you out. Okay? Thank you.
Hi, good evening, Mayor, City Council member, and the community here. My name is Paul Wan. I am a licensed mental health professional. I've been working in the field of crisis with law enforcement, first responder, and in the community for almost 20 years now. Since May is approaching, and we know it's Mental Health Awareness Month, as well as Asian Pacific Heritage Month, there's a fact that the CDC has published this year that we ought to know, is that last year, for every 3 high school girls, 1 considered suicide. That's the stats for us in the US. Every 3 high school girls, 1 considered suicide. The other stat was published by the University of Johns Hopkins last year. Also, the leading cause of death for Asian, ages 14 to 24, is now suicide. The leading cause of death for Asian, ages 14 to 24, is now suicide. So as a mental health professional, as a suicide survivor myself, I encourage everyone here, including the community, to come together to work with school district, to work with the family resource centers, to work and come together as a community, because if the kids die out, we have no future. And if we as adults are role modeling what are our priorities, then the kids gonna make it back. So again, I really want to encourage the council here and school districts in the county, everyone here to get involved to be able to work as a community to address the urgent needs in our community. Thank you.
Thank you for expressing your opinion. I just want to let you know that in the next calendar, we have a proclamation for mental health awareness month that's coming up.
Next speaker is Vietnamese Khai Yao, followed by Michael Wong.
Well, good evening, everyone. I was going to speak in Vietnamese, but apparently my translator didn't. But last time I said I'd like to come here using the word lecture you on your duty and how to run the city meeting appropriately. Nam Quan, I heard on YouTube, your fellow YouTuber recommend that you guys pass an ordinance that would prohibit residents like us who dare to come here to criticize you, to express our disapproval of your actions and your decisions. But since you've already been educated about our rights, apparently you cannot do that. So you promised him you would pass an ordinance or try to pass an ordinance that prohibits us to use profanity. How is that? I only repeated what you said. You said đủ má mày, đủ cha mày, đủ mẹ tụi bay. Điều đó đủ. everybody. I repeated what he said.
No, I don't allow any profanity here, so please, if you refrain from speaking the profanity language, then I will
Hey,
stop.
that's not my language.
Please,
That's what
no,
he said. I
don't repeat
repeat
it
what he
here.
said.
If you want to, you can put it outside, but here, please don't.
Okay, so
Thank
back
you.
to my argument. So after that's what he said, and you said it's not appropriate for me to speak here. But you guys, after hearing what he said, endorse him, put him in this chair, and make him our vice mayor to represent all of us. Using such kind of language that you yourself cannot allow me to speak, to repeat. So, talk about business. We welcome business. Welcome business here to profit the city, to help our city progress and prosper, not for you to use your vote to do favors for your friends, to profit yourself, profiteering. Don't try to mix up between residents and friends. Your friends might do business here, but you cannot claim doing them favors as serving the public. It is not. If you do it selectively, you only listen to your friends, only helping your friends to profit yourself. I heard she said about gatekeeper. Are you the gatekeeper? What is your principle for business to help us grow or for them to pay you to do business here? Thank you.
The next speaker is Michael Swan, followed by Mr. Swan.
I would like to use my time for Mr. Dave Swan, please.
No, just 1% at a time, and you have only your time, you can't yield for anybody else. So if you want to, you can go ahead and speak. If you're speaking Vietnamese, then you have translator, and you have 6 minutes total, and you will have disappointments to the next.
Yes, I'm ready, sir.
Okay, you pass? Okay.
I have a question, man. Our city attorney, anybody who wants to speak just need to fill out a green speaker slip. If you speak now, you can have to fill out a green speaker slip after, but anybody can come up and speak. Just gotta fill out a green speaker slip.
Next is Victor Swan, followed by David Swan.
I like the password. Skip it.
David Swan, followed by Teresa.
Good evening, Mayor, Council, and everyone here in this room. Usually I like to speak English everywhere, but tonight I would like to speak English and have translated to English. Kính thưa ngài thị trưởng Charlie Chí Nguyễn và các thành viên hội đồng thành phố với tất cả quý vị có mặt đêm nay, tôi là Lê Vĩnh Dương, là công dân Hoa Kỳ, là một người tị nạn, hiện là chủ tịch của hiệp hội VAVA, gọi tắt là doanh gia Việt Mỹ, với khẩu hiệu tiếng nói chung. VAVA được thành lập 11 năm qua tại bang California và được người Mỹ gốc Việt điều hành. Trong những tuần qua, kể từ ngày VAVA tổ chức 25 tháng 2, 23 một buổi tiệc tại thành phố Vietnam với chủ đề Hội ngộ thương gia và dân cử. Quý vị đã có nghe. Kết nối doanh nghiệp và dân cử để đôi bên làm quen trực tiếp và có thể giúp cho sự phát triển của đôi bên và nhất là phát triển cho cộng đồng thương mại của người Mỹ gốc Việt. Buổi tiệc rất thành công với trên 20 dân cử